Good evening, everybody, and happy Thursday. Welcome to BossFM's Evening News with your host, Jesse G.
Wake the streets up. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Wake the streets up. Okay. Come on. Okay. Wake the streets up. Yeah, yeah. Come on. Wake the streets up. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
This pandemic has now taken over 28,000 jobs from Disneyland workers. Cast members were given the announcement that they were being laid off via email Monday morning, announcing that they will be either keeping or leaving their job. The layoff also comes at a cost for some executives, having their salaries being cut down to as high as 50% on some executives in the front office. One thing that is a little bit unfair is that this announcement does come at the end of October, going into November, where the holiday season is starting to come up. Most of these people have only one job, and that is working at Disneyland. Therefore, they will be out of work for the holidays coming up. Black Friday is coming up after Thanksgiving ends, and then Christmas is right around the corner as well. So places like this have to protect their shareholders as well as some of their assets. And at the end of it, it does come at a large cost of cast member layoffs. So to those who lost their job, this is not the end of the world. This is just the beginning of a start. You have to hit a bumpy road in order just to succeed. And maybe this bumpy road will lead to something better in the end. One thing that has been a custom it is how social media and the Senate have tend to battle over censorship. So the battle over censorship between Google, Twitter, Facebook have been appointed in this Senate meeting that happened on Wednesday. Republicans on the committee expressed concerns about how platforms such as Twitter and Facebook that have a censorship that is implied more to President Donald Trump than to everybody else. Section 203 of the law also was raised by concerns by some of the committee's conservatives as well, expressing that this protects companies from liabilities for posts and uploads by users. This is basically conservatives saying that the increase of attention issue attracts from the public party. So they feel that Twitter, Facebook, Google, they're all taking direct shots at the Republican Party, even though they fact checked everything, and they feel that the misinformation that is going on that has happened before in the past of 2016 in the presidential election for Facebook has been one of the big problems that was raised in the meeting as well. So this is just going to be an ongoing problem between the two sides. Might wonder why I'm wearing this Los Angeles Dodgers shirt. Well, you probably already know why. After last night's show, after the Dodgers won the World Series, there has also been another headline that contradicts the Los Angeles Dodgers as Major League Baseball has now opened up an investigation on Justin Turner's return to the field after the Dodgers have won the game in Game 6. So Justin Turner was removed in the later innings. Once the Dodgers won the World Series, Turner was seen to be entering the field with a mask and then later taking it off as he was posing with the commissioner's trophy in a group photo with his teammates. He was removed from the game in the later innings after his tests were announced that it was positive and was immediately put into isolation. Some of the players from the Dodgers have said that there was no way that Justin Turner was going to be left out of the celebration. Mookie Betts, one of the leaders of this team who came via trade in the offseason of Major League Baseball, him, along with several other players on the team, have made it abundantly clear that the Dodgers were not going to leave him out of the picture, per se. However, MLB has said that following the Dodgers' victory, it is clear that Turner's choice to disregard agreed upon joint protocols of the instructions that will give safety to not only him, but to everybody else on the field. Justin Turner was playing majority of the game. Upon the investigation, it was said that Justin Turner was held in isolation, but then disregarded the entire protocol and was not cooperating with security at the moment. So that is why you were able to see him on the field wearing a mask and then taking a picture with his wife, teammates, and everybody else. You guys, make sure you guys leave a comment below whether or not you guys think Justin Turner made the right decision or made the wrong decision, and how do you think Major League Baseball should punish Justin Turner if there is any sort of consequences for that. All right, guys, you already know what today is. It is Thursday, which means it is Extravagant Thursday. So Extravagant Thursday is where we tell you our favorite spots that could possibly make your bucket list. So my Extravagant Thursday will be Dodger Stadium, blue heaven on earth for some people that are Dodger fans and like to call it that. So on Tuesday, I went to Game 6 drive-in event where the Dodgers were holding the screening of Game 6 of the World Series. So once you enter, they had to do a car check. So security and LAPD were on the sides of your car. They made you roll down the windows and they checked everything thoroughly. You didn't have to exit, but they just scanned it with their flashlights, and you also had to pop the trunk. They asked you simple questions, firearms, fireworks, alcohol, any of that sort. You were also, once you enter the stadium, there are two sides of the drive-in. So there was side A and side B. Side A was where um, all the trucks were at. So all the larger vehicles compared to side B, where almost all the sedans and other cars were placed. That was for that way everybody could have equal viewing and equal level spot. Going in rhythm, everything just felt like a normal stadium game. Everybody was cheering. Everybody was, instead of high fiving each other, we would honk our cars. So any good play or any good run that the Dodgers had made, everybody would just honk their horns. And the final outs, everybody was outside of their vehicles on the hood of the cars, and they were recording the whole entire event. And once the final out was concluded, you could see people starting to like run around their whole entire car. Some people were like cheering, high fiving their other parties that were on the other side, and obviously you had to wear a mask if you were going outside the vehicle. I forgot to say that too. If you were outside, you had to wear a mask, and that's what everybody did. So leaving Dodger Stadium, it was probably the greatest experience I've had. They took us out to the south side, down Chinatown, and then going down that hill is a big traffic area. And I remember playing California Love when that whole once I got to that part, and you could just see the excitement and the joy that of other people really had, and just to know that their team finally won a World Series. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, guys, that is it for you. That is your Wednesday evening news. Please make sure to tune in tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. for more news and updates, and do not forget to tune in to tomorrow morning show at 10:30 a.m. for some entertainment news with Boss FM. Also, if you would like to rewatch our shows, as always, they will be on replay on our Boss FM app as well as our social media platforms. Thank you again for tuning in. Is your host Jesse G. Hope you guys have a great day.
Make the streets up.